What is going on, YouTube? Before I begin, if you like my content, please like and sub. Also, before I begin, I have to preface this video because I want to go over this game, but my video recording software is not working friendly with it. It's making my PC run really hard. My PC can handle this game, but it's Need for Speed 2015. Now, the reason why I want to go over this is because there has not been, and it's in window mode too, by the way, so it might get some. Um, in my personal opinion, there has not been another racing game that nailed the nighttime racing quite like this one. And I kind of want to go down a little bit of memory lane because look at this menu. Like everything when this game came out was definitely creative. And some of this DNA is in the new one a little bit. You can see like the lettering and stuff. Let's get into it. Now one little tip is that I don't know how long they're going to support this game. There's been no word on it, but it's always online. So I know I was kind of skeptical of that at first. I wish they would change that. We get some modders in here to change that because this game does need to be preserved. But let's go to all drive mode. A speedless is where you play PvP. We may not find no players quickly anyway. 'Cause I was playing this last night and I did find some people still playing it. So one thing I'm just really just looking at is just the nighttime driving, the effects and the work that the team did on this one right here. Let it load up. This is not loaded on my SSD, by the way. uh, if that would make a difference. Imagine it would though. So yeah, while this is finishing, I've played Need for Speed ever since Need for Speed Hopper Suit on the PlayStation and been beating every single one except for the recent remakes. But then played every single one since then, man. Need for Speed is fun and it's always changing. And we're talking about 2015, but just to go to Unbound right quick, I think it's back. It really is fun. All right, so here we are. So first off, you notice the garage, and again, excuse the performance. This game sported like a real type look. So you will have story elements that would start right here and then it'll zoom out into the real life characters, but it left your car there. So whatever you design, like this car right here, it would simply zoom out of this car and go right into the real life characters and made you really feel like your car was really there. That was pretty awesome to me. And just look at how the backgrounds look, right? They look real. Of course, just while we're here, that is from Need for Speed Most Wanted. It has to stay in every single Need for Speed. All right, but let's go here. So this is the car, and you had all your options here. You had a little mailbox and stuff where they would give you different things, right? Your paint in your library, you know, standard stuff, and every Need for Speed now. But again, just kind of like look at how it looks. Like I'm looking at it on a little screen in more higher definition over here. It really had a awesome look to it. Bringing back memories, all the parts and everything. And this will just help you just to view the car. All right, but let's get to the heart of this video here. And this game had a theme, like I mean, the theme was of course night, but the nighttime racing theme was just like all throughout the whole game. Like it didn't break that at all. It almost made you only want to play the game at night. Might sound silly, but oh yeah, man, just oh, there's another racer right there. So when you just like first come out, and again, excuse the performance because this game really does run well. But let's get somewhere nice. I just stop right here right quick. All right, so just take a look. Like it had the the raining effects, right? One major like graphic modeling technique that I have not seen in the new ones is look at the light globes. You see the light? Like, look at that. That looks like a real thick globe right there. Okay, then look at the light on the ground. You got rain coming off the dropping on the rims. You have rain dropping all over the car. Right? And then look how the light bounces off the car. And this is on max settings too, by the way. Look at the rain effects. I mean, the puddle effects on the ground. Reflecting off everything in front of you. And like the street lamps was critical. The UI didn't get in the way. The UI made you feel like you were looking at a nighttime dashboard. Trying to play Unbound. The license plate lights. Look at this area right here. Look at this. With the light glow on the tearing up the car. The light glow on the tail lights. Reverse lights. Look at them. Now this is standard stuff, but just how it looks in this game. Rain effects off the player camera. Look at the water effects on the back of the mirror. As I'm going through the street lamps, and it's passing off the car. Look at that. Look at the street lamps on the car. The light transition. See how it was all yellow? Now we go to a darker scene. Oh, the wrong way. Tearing up the car. Has some of that burnout DNA in it. Different color lights pass on the car. You had some UI or game elements that popped up and came into the view and just kind of came on and went off. Some stayed on, but they had a see-through on them, like the reputation up there. Just it stayed consistent with the feel, man, throughout the whole game. See, I don't remember the map 100%. I'm trying to see if there's some areas that look kind of. There's some really cool looking areas. If I can find them. And it's a good light transition right here. So another cool looking area. Again, look at the water effects on the ground. Water effects from the back of the tire, below the tire. Yes, that is Hardy's right there, aka Carl Jr.'s, that star. But yeah, all in all, it just was a really cool looking game to me, man. Like, I don't think nothing holds up to it. All the new Need for Speeds, they have day and nighttime cycles. After this game, Payback came out, and it had night, but it just was not on this caliber. And there's a lot of reasons why. You couldn't have this level of detail with a game like that, especially with everything going on. But I would like to see the Need for Speed team get back to making nighttime look like this, because even in the new Unbound, it doesn't look this good. And another thing that made this look this way, I'm a game designer. I'm kind of going to like some terms some might know, but there's a camera filter on here that gives it this like recorded look. Because that was another thing about it too. When they first showed it off, they showed player going down the street in a unique view, and it looked like it was being recorded, but it was actually in-game gameplay. And that's the thing with this another trick to the getting this game to look the way it looks is that it looks like it's being recorded. Looks like you got your cell phone out and you're recording nighttime. Race is a donut. I think this was the first time they put this camera system in here. You got lens flares or light effects coming off your camera. Oh, that's one thing to notate right there is that in the newer Need for Speed, there's not a lot of things that stop you from racing. Like things that would normally stop you, like that pole back there, it wouldn't in the Unbound. I think that's really cool because it doesn't stifle the gameplay. There's no cops or nothing. I'm trying to make this video a little bit more interesting as far as the gameplay wise, but see the lens flares as you drive by different players. It gives it that nighttime feel as if you were in the night and players, drivers were driving by you with bright lights on. Just a lot, like every nighttime um effect in real life was in this game. I hated this area. But yeah, this is the mountainous area, kind of bluish. Look, check it out. Look, so cool, man. See if there's a oh, I can jump to the garage. I jumped to the garage and jumped back out. I'm trying to get in a cop chase because the cop lights did something unique too that other games have not done. But yeah, definitely give this one a shot while it's still here. That's not a threat. They haven't said anything about shutting the servers down, but they might one day. I wish they would remake this with the newer graphic technology again. I wonder what this game looked like on something like a new Nvidia card. And I apologize, it is running. It's not running good, man. I don't want to tone the graphics down because it gets rid of some of the detail. But it's an older game. It's just not working right with my recording software. Let's do a race right quick just to get do a little reminiscing. And notate this too. I think it had one of the best like race starting UIs as well. Um, yeah. See, so like it's just stay consistent. Look like it was through a camera. You got the light globe. I think I want to know too is see the if I can get it showing a little more. When you turn on the windshield wipers on your car and you leave that little trail from the wipers, it's on there too. Now this one had as you can see on the ground, a uh speed lane or to help you with your turns and stuff. This one doesn't help you with the turns, but it does show you where to turn. I believe that you definitely can turn that on and off. But one of the first games that started was Gran Turismo. And you see Pro Street had it as well because Pro Street was over the top still, but it played kind of more like a simulation, definitely when you had like first started the game. And then it kind of, oh my goodness, it got away from the simulation as you got more speed. but it had the speed guide on the ground too, or the lane guide on the ground. Okay, so it had the same thing on the ground, but it would also let you know when to slow down and when to go, when to speed up. Uh, and for some, they might actually needed it because of the graphics, but I don't think I ever had any trouble knowing where to go. Need for Speed Heat took care of that problem though. They just gave you big checkpoints to go through. So yeah, I just wanted to look at the stoplights, man. Like I can like see it right here. I don't know if you can see it, but you just see it. Like see the stoplight? Like you don't get this. I don't know. The rest of the games does not have this feel like this. Uh-oh. Okay, cop chase, let's go. Total fine. Let's slow down. I want to see some of the effects. I was hoping to try to get that in. It's totally like see how it looks on the back of the car. And then when you first start the race, it flashes all over the screen. Yeah, you see the lens flares on top. See that, man? It just did so much. What was the gas stations for? Turbo? Repair the car. Oh, you had to actually go through them. Repair the car. Yeah. Just got it fixed. Bring back some crazy memories, man. Yeah, see the flash across the screen. You know, just uh-oh, another cop. Now, one thing I was a little disappointed in, something small. I'm talking about effects right here. Was the fire. So in the trailer, they showed like a really dope fire effect. Um, but it never made it into the game. Oh, the police station. I was just thinking, what was that about? Okay. So now I'm gonna stop the video here. The cop chase came out of nowhere. You cannot. Oh, you can turn the car off. Oh yeah. I've actually never used that. I've been doing it in Unbound because it tells you. I didn't even know you could turn the car off and like avoid, or can you? Let's see what the AI does. Hold on. Okay. So I'm gonna cut the video there again. Just want to just notate the graphics of Need for Speed 2015. If you haven't played it, go back and play it. It's still really pretty solid. No other Need for Speed after that really done what this done. I mean, they graduated off of this one, but they never really quite like brought this feel and this atmosphere back as hard as this. And I would like to see it done again. The light glows really get to me, man, because it looks really cool. They're not this rich in detail in the other Need for Speeds. And it kind of makes me wonder because the renders that they first showed when they first was talking about Need for Speed coming back for 20 this year, those models, I don't know, in the new Need for Speed Unbound, the models aren't those models. In other words, they don't have the level of detail. I don't think. I might be wrong about that. I mean, it might be specifically the same car, just toned down. But yeah, a little trip down memory lane. Need for Speed 2015.